What's up, everybody? This is the poker coaching study session. Today we're looking at a hand history from Michael. Michael is from Australia and he's playing on GG Poker. And let's see how he does it.
Is this a
Michael.
PKO?
Michael, yes, a new guy.
Oh, got it.
Is this a PKO?
Yes. Defend or not, it's close, right? You can defend if you want, you can fold if you want. I think both are fine.
Yeah, I think I like defending this deep. But, it's like you said.
I like three betting sometimes, calling sometimes. At this stack depth, calling is fine.
I agree. Yeah, it seems good.
Bet call, check, check. Think we got
I don't mind blocking here sometimes. The flush came in, which is kinda like not great, but
yeah, block small, right? Three big blind here would be, I think, better.
you get paid by queen 10, queen 9.
Yeah,
There
three
you go.
big blind, something like that. Facing a small blind lead.
No.
I would just note he's also opening 2-1. You could probably open closer to 2-5 or 3 even if you wanted to here.
Do we need to call here?
I would say definitely. You got an over, backdoor flush, 3 to a straight.
I'm never folding.
My problem is, I believe people lead here with top pair every time.
So they also lead with second pair, third pair, and they might have some flush draws and just some even like pocket fives, pocket sixes. So a lot of people do this to see where they're at. And they'll bet once, and if you call, they slow down it. If they got that sort of marginal hand, most often they'll slow down.
In
I'll
my-
agree. It is kind of goofy. Like, I'm not playing for stacks or anything here, right? I'm
In
gonna look at it. I'm gonna look at a turn card for sure.
Yeah.
In my view, this is always just top pair.
But
That's
it's
what,
not. I promise you, it's not always top pair.
that's what I think people lead here on the main side.
No, I'm folding. Yeah. Any heart, I'm folding there. Anytime if I don't
Yeah.
improve, I need to hit an ace that's not a heart, basically, or they gotta slow down.
Yeah, he polarized. It's just easy to get out the way.
Yeah, that I think it's a king or a hearts, usually.
Do we like that one here or is it checking? to-
You're multi-way, so I'm just going to, play it very slow. Check, give up. I don't really care.
I'm
Too
always
much.
going one big blind here.
I don't think it's bad. I don't think one's bad.
Because it's so funny. What is he gonna do facing the one? He has to play it and then he has to play it as well, and then.
Well, you get clean information back. Like if he actually has value, he's not gonna let you see a turn for one big blind, right? He's gonna raise.
Yeah.
And then the problem is it's just. There should be a lot of just calling here and then, well,
I mean, the solver might slide that into a bluffing range on the flop, but I would have checked it too.
okay, so you sized up facing the limp. I think this is fine. Now you're out of position, multi-way.
He leads.
You wanna
So
call?
it checks through the 9 pairs. I mean, how many 9X is the guy really limp calling under the gun here?
Yeah, well, there's 3 other players to
Look at the
worry about,
trend.
so I'm out.
That is more of my concern, Ken. I would agree. I'm probably gonna lean fold because you got half the table to act behind you still. I would be curious to see the ace deuce. Okay, so pockets, yeah, these hands make a lot of sense. I would just note that ace deuce is limp calling raises under the gun.
And
Yeah.
CLP, that's not very that's not that dissimilar to that guy that led from the blinds earlier. He had third pair there. He just puts a bet out. He's probably either trying to control the pot, hoping everyone folds, whatever he's doing. I don't know.
Oh,
they
yeah,
do
but there's
that.
a huge difference for me when it comes to a guy dunk leading the flop as the first to act. And somebody betting after everyone checks.
Well, this is a probe. Yeah, I mean, like he let it check through and he probes turn.
Hey, that's very different. I wouldn't put too much into that.
Oh, I
But,
thought he see bet flop.
but the other one,
Yeah.
pay attention to it next time you see it. If you reach the same conclusion as I do, maybe we have something.
Oh,
This is a,
I played a million of those hands. I already have a conclusion on that spot.
Yeah, maybe you should be open-minded. See, here it is again.
I'm never paying this guy any EV.
Default.
You think he doesn't have the ace here?
He default on the flop.
I like completing. You're alright. You hit two pair. I'm gonna raise like to 8 or something, 9, 8 or 9.
So
Okay, so here we have 50 big blinds. Then here we have 20.
Yeah, he just,
The joy of the deep stack.
we're at a new table too. Something's happened there.
is
And
this this isn't a turbo structure, is it?
I think it's a deep stack turbo, yes.
Okay, well, yeah, they may have just hit a big blind level jump. They have some pretty significant ones.
Yeah, bounty deep stack turbo, 855 on GG.
Okay,
Whose review is this?
who'd you say it was? Michael from Australia?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
This is okay. I would probably, I don't know, if someone's got like ace 3 here or ace 4 here.
I would
Um,
think it's 7 or 10. I don't think.
I like that a lot better. I like that a lot
The
better.
pot's 13. I don't hate the jam at all. The pot's over.
I
13.
honestly, it's minuscule differences. I just think it's gonna be slightly better.
Yeah, study session. Well, I can go upstairs if you want.
And you get called, which is good.
A pair, alright.
Yeah. See, I feel like some people there might even consider folding ace 7 versus jam.
Here, I would like make it like 7 or 8. It's tough to get away with top pair when you're click to 8, right?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
What bluffs are you clicking? None, right?
probably none. Like, I'm just,
Well,
I don't know, my bluffs are maybe equity driven hands like,
Exactly. Yes,
flush, yeah.
exactly.
I'd rather get max fold equity with my flush draws. If they call, great. If they fold, fantastic.
So to me, this is a spot where you should fold. Uh,
This is an easy fold.
yeah, multi-way, you don't get to defend as wide from the big blind. You can just defend. My guess here, offsuit tens, maybe offsuit nines at best. No,
You're
probably
good,
offsuit
yeah,
tens.
you would need your good offsuit tens, I think.
Yeah, offsuit tens, that's what, everything else you can fold.
But
What if
it
you-
goes raise, call, and you don't really, you cover one person. And it's a PKO format, like, you probably should be constricting your range than expanding it
Also,
right
yeah.
here.
Yeah.
That's what I
like
was gonna ask you.
one
What
or
if you have
five.
130 big blinds here? Are you flicking a chip in?
I think it's less bad than Ken. I think it's less bad,
Yeah, cause then you have access, right? If you have
yeah.
access,
But even then, I think it's just like, I don't know, what are we trying to do here with Jack 6 off out of position multi-way?
Feels punty, right? Regardless.
Hmm.
we might have some lead heads up here. We might have some lead three-way, but less. We think we have lead like five-way. I don't think so.
This is kind of interesting. Like, if you were going to lead, this is not a bad texture from the small blind or the big blind, I think.
Yeah, but you'd wanna have an 8 or a 9, or you'd wanna
Probably.
have a diamond and then maybe a 5.
Yeah, I don't hate being more selective like
Maybe
that.
Jack, maybe this with a jack of diamond might be good enough. Maybe you block a set, you gotta redraw to the diamond,
Jack of diamonds, that makes sense.
maybe. Still feels like it's too many bluffs.
The 6 comes with a top spot. I think that's good. Thing is, do you do it as a bluff with the jack of diamond here? Or the ace of diamond, cuz that would be a good spot to take.
Yeah, perhaps at some frequency, it's probably not a bad decision.
The six pairs, you gotta find some bluffs here. Okay. We'll get check raise. It's close.
So
It's not fun of over folding a little bit, but these are like, if you look at the positions. you
he
know,
also raised smaller. He raised smaller, but I don't know, man. I fold in these suited kings. Or like, I don't even think it makes like a bad four bet if you think the guy's getting a little out of line. Like, what's the four bet range here look like? Do these suited kings activate?
I don't think so.
No,
I think they do.
no,
I think it might be some like chunky suited aces maybe, and let's get offsuit like king, queen, maybe.
I wanna say like king nine is not a bad candidate here. King six is probably not a bad candidate here.
Like ace four, ace five, maybe king, queen off.
Oh, yeah, yeah, the suited ones are definitely like reasonable piles. So this is at 40, make it a smidge deeper. Like, let's look at 60.
I had my two answers right.
Yeah, those are obvious ones in my mind. Yeah, I mean, those are good.
I don't have ace jack. Makes sense.
Ace jack is kind of paper thin, right? You see the calls starting to come in. So if they're not balanced and you don't have ace jack, it's probably not bad just to play call.
I think it's better with ace jack than with sevens. Or sixes, no?
Actually, I think I would prefer sevens and sixes just because you unblock bluffs.
If they're
And
three, if their three bets are just linear, then like, I don't even like these
I'm
chunky
starting
aces.
to believe like, you are blocking bluffs.
no, 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 no. If you have ace jack, you're unblocking. You're blocking the bluffs. So like they don't have a lot of ace, they're not gonna have as many aces if you have an ace, is what I'm saying.
But you see that king six, that queen six?
Oh, man, yeah, sure.
Cause that
Like,
gonna hurt. I showed you.
I just don't think people, I mean, that's probably why it's not choosing those combos. I just don't feel like people are finding the queen six in game, really. But, will you make it 60 real quick? I just wanna see if we get some activation from those suited kings.
What do you mean? This is it?
You're 40 effective. I would like to see 60 effective is what I'm trying to express. Okay, so king 10 a little bit. Okay, so here at 100, you start seeing a little bit of activation. But not much, really.
Needs to be very deep.
Mm-hmm.
Sevens, we hit the seven. Happy days. Do we bet this big on a seven?
I don't think I would have actually called there.
I'm going to bet very small here on a 7, I think, even though this is probably a good board to polarize some.
I would go half pot here.
I don't hate half pot as an answer.
So you guys are all just flicking four chips in there. That's how you wanna play that hand?
In position versus two
yeah.
players, I'm probably flicking 4.
I don't see a problem here. Sevens is strong. You don't wanna rip 45 bigs or 42 into. So I think this is the best route.
Dude, this guy is so out of line. What on earth?
Are there any games to play? There's no blue.
No blue.
I don't know, man. Don't think there's games. Even Sunday was crippled. Okay, so pocket six,
Why
yeah,
didn't he get this guy's last half a big blind in?
yeah,
It's a disaster in a PKO. I mean, if the guy ever folds.
yeah.
Sorry? You want pocket six to make it 23 here?
I would just jam.
I mean, I'm not just calling and I mean, if you're hunting that guy's bounty, then.
Of course you're
you
just
gotta-
calling.
I would just jam here.
The guy's never folding for 0.6 post flop, Ken. Don't be silly.
Thing is. Like there's a two here that's probably they're gonna play. Your pocket six, if it goes multi-way, it's gonna do pretty well against side cards, right? If everyone
This
has,
is this is a bounty, man.
yeah, I
You
would be.
can't,
careful.
you got two bounties on the table. This guy's jamming wider because of the 1-7-8. It would be insane not to put your chips in here.
No, the question is call or jam, Galen.
Oh,
I would,
I don't know, man. I like call. I like call and fold to
You just call
like,
your whole range and then,
yeah.
No, you
call
wanna-
again. You get the fucking crazy button to put it in with fours or something, you know?
Yeah, it seems better to me. Ace high, I don't know, man. Maybe bet really smaller check.
yeah, you gotta bet here sometimes. You bet flop and then you barrel this turn.
Yep, that seems good to me.
Oh.
You, easy folds.
Okay, the church.
I would have both check flop, or if I bet, not barreled the 3 turn.
Okay, so this is. Here comes a good one. Whenever you're out of position and heads up here, you should check very frequently. That's one of the lessons I learned from the great Matt Affleck. He looked at my database and said, you're betting out of position heads up way too often. That's-
However, under the gun versus button is gonna have the highest C bet percentage,
Yeah, but you
other
need,
than the blinds.
you need a
That's
heart here,
That's
right?
true.
Yeah, and this-
I'm not a fan of betting this hand out of position. Like his call range is gonna be very condensed around the 7 and the jack anyways.
Yeah, also
And,
when you're betting here, you're polar. Check a lot,
yes, you are, exactly. So you're gonna have less small bets and I think more larger bets, right?
check a lot, bet big a lot.
I could see this hand betting occasionally, but yeah, I don't know. Whose run are we looking at?
Michael.
Michael from Australia.
Is that the one who was hanging out a little bit in Discord yesterday?
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Who's sipping on this coffee?
I did that just for you.
Thank you. Jam.
I think I'm not folding. What was the pre-flop action?
That's pretty low. What is this, man? We raise and everyone calls.
Oh, dude, it could be like stop and go. This could be 5-6. This could be
Ugh.
clubs. I'm never folding here.
The
And the guy,
problem, yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think you're doing pretty well against the range behind typically also,
Yeah,
was all I was gonna really comment on. But it is,
It was a scam.
it's never a bluff.
Put it in? Yeah. Are you? You jam here or you call?
hmm,
I think it's competitive EVs. I don't really think one has like really big advantages over the other. I don't know, but after you, I don't know if you get to fold there, though. I don't know
I,
if you,
I think I like a turn jam personally. Once
Yeah, I
flop
kinda
checks through and we get the gutter, we have the overcard.
me too, actually, Danny. I think that's my favorite line. If it checks through, I think the 2 is just kinda sealing your fate. You pick up marginal equity, you have a,
And so there's something with the two here. It's the two of that. Alright. You gotta put it in on the two. Alright,
yeah,
Pre-flop
suited
is
king?
interesting though. I
It
think
is
call
kind
is
of.
good.
Yeah, I don't hate call. I've been doing a lot more calling in spots where you think it would be more intuitive to jam lately. And I don't know if it's great, but it's what I've been doing.
is this a good jam?
The way I see it, if you don't have fold equity and you don't think you're like
Mm,
crushing their ranges, you might as well just play a stop and go or, you know?
Yeah. I don't think this is bad. King ten is, I mean, you got like three big blinds or something. You're gonna have a hard time seeing much better.
Versus EP, I think it's good.
Yeah, it kinda sucks, right? The only thing I would say to that is he's, he's chip leader, so he's got a wider range and he's opening into short stacks. So he's expanding his range.
This
He
was
could
kinda
be,
lucky.
yeah.
But maybe you're right, like maybe, it's hard to say, while not being in game, but if the guy's opening a lot,
Hmm,
could be enough. King ten.
probably. It's gotta be close to the floor though. Like, I don't think you wanna be putting your chips in much worse. Oh, well, your fate is sealed here, my friend.
You,
Yeah.
do you open jam here?
No, check
No,
jam.
no, 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 no. No reason to open jam.
What do you wanna do? Check?
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
check
check.
jam.
Yeah.
I don't mind the open jam here, cuz there's a bounty. This is your money. But the hand is so,
I mean, I
This hand
guess you
is
get
so
calls,
strong.
but
Everyone's hand money is your money.
yeah, I kinda feel that way too, Pete. Like, sure, you get called by Jack ten sometimes. And I guess they could have hearts. It just feels like if you jam and get called, it's often gonna be better. Or very competitive. It just seems like you're gonna have more, you're gonna catch more people bluffing if you play check. I guess is how I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, like someone's gonna bet you're gonna get two more chips here. Just check.
Funny enough, if you would have, you might have lost.
Yeah, I'm torn on that one.
Yeah, I'm just thinking from like a range perspective, people go a little crazy trying to hunt for bounties and it
king
just
three.
feels like, suited kings, I'm jamming. Yeah, I'm gonna just jam my suited kings here.
There's some risk of it like checking through and the guy spiking a gutter or some underset or some nonsense, right?
Yeah, some of that just boils down to like monsters under the bed, though. It's gonna happen sometimes, I think.
Yeah,
I
But
it
know. But when
it
we have the
doesn't matter.
board
You
so
have
covered, are they really always gonna bet that often? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird. Oh. We scammed.
I like jamming here.
Put it in. Put it in. Alright. Scam
Nice
some
hit.
more.
See a flop. I donk here sometimes.
The 7 in your hand, this is a pretty good one to do.
It's even more than that. You have the 9, so you have like, you just
Yeah.
re-scam everybody on the 8.
Nope.
Now, donkey, you get scammed though, cuz they have their spades, but.
Wait, we're not, we have 9 high.
Yeah, we need to blast here.
This is a great bluff candidate at this point.
Oh, look at this. Michael finds it. Very nice.
Nice.
Jack 4, okay, too short.
This is out of line.
He's going for it.
Eh, is it that bad?
Oh no, I think
Oh,
it's,
it's a PKO, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
It's kinda bad if the small blind calls. It's, you know. it's kinda
this here now. This is out of line.
This is very out of line.
Open jamming here, this is a little bit reckless.
I hope big blind had a Mondo booty. If he's not like booty leader, then this is pretty crazy.
Booty leader. Uh,
Bet 2, a nice board, pretty good. Ripping, pocket 9, 20
Oh,
big.
yeah,
Yeah,
Oh.
oh, then there's this guy in as well.
the field caller plays call.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10 jack, that's pretty good.
Did he get us? What the hell?
Queen?
Queen jack?
Wait. Okay, the 9 is here, we're good, we're good.
You have a straight, yeah,
Yeah.
you're okay. It's close, it looks scary though.
It's close, but we're good. We got all the nines in the deck. Okay, min raise, finally,
That guy played call with queen jack,
they
man.
put us on another table. We're back to our senses. We're no longer open jamming. That's good.
You gotta behave yourself. There's a 45 big blind stack there.
Oh my goodness.
Should have opened jammed.
Easy
Gotta
fold.
fold, right?
Easy fold.
We're starting to get,
I think Jeremy's calling that spot.
Why?
nah, I mean, it depends on like how many
Who's
start
calling?
stacks it is and how deep we're
Of
getting
all the,
and
of
how
all the
big the booty.
people, he had that long rant about 7-8 the other day. You don't think he's calling this? He might, maybe not.
I don't know.
I'm not calling that, but I
I
could
would-
see why somebody might. How deep is this at this point? What are the chip values?
Not very deep yet. We still got a long way.
I think it's starting to be too much, though. Surely we have like, 6, 7 starting stacks by now, right?
Pretty bad board for aces here, right?
You're not loving it.
But you're not gonna fold the 10.
Check
Call.
and call.
Oh, I'm all in. I'm
Ooh,
all
when he
in. I'm
clicks
all
it
in.
back
Well,
though, oh
This-
my gosh.
Nah,
We
man,
gotta
this,
fold.
get the out of here, Pete. Are you joking me?
Listen,
Don't ever
Galen,
register a
Galen.
Pico again in your life if you're folding here.
If the guy calls the 8, I'm happily putting it in. When the guy clicks it back, this is like, I mean, I'm still not gonna fold, I guess, but, do you really feel like that's fist pumpy about this? This is
I
like-
am
is
ripping so
disgusting.
fast here.
I mean, I don't really care there at this point. There's too much incomplete equity on a board like this when there's money on the table.
I don't
Like,
care either,
Buddy,
but I wanna know how
what do
you
you think he
feel
has?
about it. How do you
Like,
feel in your heart? Do
My
you feel
heart
like we're
says
winning?
this guy has too many 10x.
in
and
my
not-
heart,
Not
in my
enough.
heart, yeah, I was gonna
Jack
say, this is
nine.
like,
Jack nine clubs.
No,
this
no,
could
no.
be king 9, this could be king 10. This
He
could
has-
be 6, 7 of clubs.
In my mind,
Like,
it has just 10x, right? Jack 10, king 10, queen 10, ace 10.
Jack 10 is a
I
good
like that read,
one.
Louis. I think it's a hand that wants some protection but isn't comfortable going all in, or it's the nuts.
No, he couldn't call, he couldn't be here with Jack 9, could he?
He
Jack
Very
might
good.
be,
Be
he might
careful
be
making
here.
those
You
kind of
gotta
statements,
be,
man.
well, you gotta
Yeah.
be, do you call here with Jack 9?
He might be here with Jack 9. I don't think Jack 9's horrible to call because of the bounty on the table and you cover both.
The guy's the daddy at the table, and remember, the small blind only has 4 chips. Like he's in here with a wide variety of stuff.
Bro, you're gonna see king 10 here so much. King 9, like, I would be shocked to ever think about folding this hand.
No,
Yeah,
I'm not thinking about folding. It's,
Yeah,
are
yeah,
you
yeah.
happy? Are you loving life when you see that?
How
like,
about
oh,
that
Danny,
savage animal who flatted the other 2 aces?
yeah, that was a good flat
Yeah.
by him. That was a good flat by him. I
That was
think it
really good.
is. I don't have feelings anymore, Danny. I'm dead inside, so. There's your
Gotcha.
answer.
Well, this is weird. If we go call and the guy jams and then, yeah, but whatever, we just call anyway, right?
Easy call.
I mean, it's like, our odds aren't that good, but yeah, yeah. Oh my god.
One more dealer.
Alright, have my 7 chips.
One more dealer.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Okay, okay, alright.
Right.
This is the game we're playing today.
great, great. That was fun.
So what do you think the guy's betting from the middle of the sandwich with there?
Ace X.
What are you gonna do, Pete, with Jack 10, with the back door, the gut shot, the overcards to the 9, everything here, and then this bounty?
Not closing the action.
The bounty, Pete. You
Guys
keep-
betting in the middle of the sandwich. Your
There
MDF
is-
is going to be split. I think your double backdoor is going to struggle to continue here.
I mean, my internet wants to fold
You
here.
have a direct gutter
I'll
as
be
well, Pete.
honest, my internet
see that too,
wants
right?
to fold, but
Yeah.
it's too much. This is
Yeah.
just too much. The
I
eight,
think the fact that there's a bounty on the table changes the calculus of that whole equation quite a bit, I think.
if this guy is 50 big blind effective. And this guy as well, it's a whole different deal.
Like the guy betting right here
Wait,
is
I disagree, Louis.
incentivized to get you to fold with random stuff. Like he could be doing this with king ten. He could be doing this with like random hands just to get you out of the pot to isolate the bounty sometimes, which you're not gonna see in like a regular chippy V simulation.
Mhm.
Like, those hands just aren't incentivized to do shenanigans like that.
That's fair. Louis, if they both have 50, you prefer calling more or less?
More.
Okay, okay, I agree with that.
Yeah, but I think like the
Yeah, this is
small blind,
dicey.
he doesn't have a lot of aces here, so I just think he's gonna fold a lot. And so you're facing a guy who's leading from the middle of the sandwich here, right? In a spot where the small blind is just gonna fold a lot.
Well, he
So-
may recognize that as well and be leading more than normal.
Yeah.
Check, check, check flop, check, check turn, huh? And now we have the easiest bluff catch of all time.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm checking. Like I would bet 2 streets here, no?
I like check flop sometimes. Check turn after check, check flop is probably lower frequency, but I'm sure it's gonna do it some. Well, I'm not sure at this depth. Maybe you don't do it.
Yeah, you gotta protect your checking range a little bit, but in the tens, not so much. And then, yeah, maybe you can get 2 streets here, but this guy was not gonna pay off anyway.
Yeah, worked on this.
Okay,
It's like our worst king we opened, so check flop makes some sense, right?
For sure.
so this is a spot where you don't need to 4-bet bluff. Right? And then just fold here.
You don't need to.
I don't like 4-bet bluffing here.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Just fold.
The guy's got 28 big blinds, 27 big blinds, and he's going full 3x here. I just don't think this is gonna be like balanced. He's attacking your under the gun open.
Yeah, it's a fold, right?
I would
Yeah.
probably just let it go.
Either way. Oh,
Unless you do this, unless you do this. I'll be right back.
I didn't really consider call. I think we're a little too shallow, but suited ace and a bounty could be a thing.
So raising here, I don't think is great, at least not all in. You could probably raise to 8 or 10 big blinds. So this is one of your leads, Michael. And you see this? You can, from 20 big blind for 15 big blind, you have a check raise small side. So here, make it 8, make it 10. Something like that. This is too big. You get away with it, fine.
Wow.
Surprised to see
Scammed him big
kings
time.
there with the redraw, but okay. Kings got scammed.
Whose tournament is this?
Michael,
Okay.
Nikolai,
What's up?
Do you think we're in the money, Louis?
no, no.
Did you look how many, chips are?
No, but
I think we're in the money.
yeah, definitely in the money.
I think sometimes you underestimate how deep we're in these things, how quickly we get deep in these histories.
It's
Alright,
because
so,
I base my calculations always on the same thing. I have the total hands played, which is
mhm.
125 here, and we're at 40 roughly. So it's a third in.
But aren't like a quarter of those at the FT?
No.
Okay.
No, it's
Yeah, I guess maybe not quite.
30 hands maybe at the final table. Yeah, maybe a quarter, you're right.
Alright, so the 10-9 we saw, 10, 15 hands ago was definitely just a fold. Probably was like bubbly.
Mhm. I like rip here.
Me too.
Your betting is probably, it's fine. Top it off. I like a fold here.
Oh. Wow. Nice.
He did not fight it off very hard.
Got a call. Call ace 10 too, right? Yeah.
Very standard.
Hmm.
Okay, so EC bets. Kind of half pot. A little bit less than half pot. And then you raise here. I think this is out of line. I think you wanna have a club in your hand to raise. Right?
I would think so. I would think so, but yeah, I don't know. Calling doesn't feel amazing either. So,
It's a fold. And then
wow. How about
if
that?
you, if you have a club in your hand, I think it would be a lot better. Yeah, see? With the club in your hand, you can play.
Mhm.
Without the club, you just gotta fold.
And what's the,
There's no raising as well for ace jack. So you wanna raise like queen of clubs here.
yeah, this makes sense. You don't really have small raising. You mainly just go all in. It's like one of those boards that's so contested, you tend to use larger sizings. So you're just trying to ram them off their queen jack.
Yeah, your hands like pocket tens and pocket jacks are just gonna want to put it in here. So your bluffs are gonna come from that side too. So 10 jack, queen jack.
Wait, this is the big blinds range.
Oh, so
Can
yeah,
you go to the
best
breakdown
nines.
or the whatever has the graph?
This here?
Yeah.
Super dominated.
Crushed.
Yeah.
We wanna raise our nines here.
And the nines
Ace
need max
10,
protection.
look at this, ace 10 with a club in your hand, it's okay. Ace jack, not so much. You gotta call with a club though. Like ace 3, you raise when you have a club. So you need basically the ace of club to raise here. You get away with it? It's fine.
Queen jack. All in.
You jam here? Yeah,
Hmm.
probably
No,
okay.
no, no.
Probably fine to jam, don't you think?
I wouldn't
26
risk
is
this much at this point.
26 can't call. I think this is the kind of hand that is
Why
gonna,
can't he call? If he has a calling hand, he can call.
because of these two short stacks, no?
What do you mean? Well, aren't we like a lot of players left or not?
Yeah, there's still half the tournament left, right? Like there's lots of like we're just in the money.
Thing is,
So those,
if you min raise, they jam, you gotta fold. But I think this hand performs better as a jam, maybe I'm wrong.
but it's just too much. If they had like
That's
20, Maybe 20, it's still too much.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
15?
Just a raise
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
Is
these
that-
guys have 25 bigs. What do you want to jam for?
okay, yeah.
You
I
can
thought-
look at PKO, see if it's any different,
I
if you'd
don't think,
like.
I don't think it will be. What PK were you talking about? ICM?
Yeah, just do like 3 tables. Cause we're in the money, we're starting to get deep. If you wanna see if their calling is hamstrung enough that we can just put it in. Trying to find a good one.
See? At 17. It's a bit of a thing.
But these guys are 25.
24, it's not a thing.
And there won't be quite as much pressure as
Even
there would on
19,
final 3 tables.
it disappears at 19. I see it. Alright,
Well, if you, that's us with 19, right? If you give us like 50 and the big blind 19, you're still gonna see it more than you do there.
okay.
Yeah. There aren't any good ones, man. What if I just switch it to 7?
I see here we have 20. It's a bit of a thing. Okay, the church. Uncontested. Flipping. We win. Okay, so here we have 67. Here we have
Whoa.
33.
Uh,
Is this the final table?
roll back? Or we missed a blind on blind hand?
No. I think it's just the final
Oh.
table.
Didn't you say, how many hands did you say this was?
125.
Holy, it's gonna be a lot. So over half the thing is final table. Let it be known. It's
And
like
we.
us and one other guy, and then everyone else is a peasant. So how do we, how do we approach this situation? Oh, we flopped the flush.
Start by flopping the nuts.
We stack the first peasant.
No, I think we just call here. We're
Yeah,
too, we
we're
are
so
super
strong.
to raise, yeah. I think it's, you should call here because stack to pot ratio is too small.
He's only gonna continue like with the ace of diamonds.
I
when you do
am
this.
not playing here.
Yeah,
What
get
about
out.
you guys?
Yeah, fold.
Easy fold, right?
Like, we wanna hunt, but we don't wanna hunt that wide.
I don't think this is good.
Nah, it's a punt.
This is a better hunt.
This
There,
is.
there is no rush, like, just because the guy is all in this hand, we don't have to take any, like, high card and be like, alright, well, I guess I gotta hunt him. Like, there will be more opportunities, it's okay.
To me, this is an easy fold. Very
Yes.
easy.
Release the cheese.
But Michael's a defender. It's been working out for him so far.
Peter, are you gonna fall asleep again?
Not today.
Like this one, man, imagine we hadn't doubled up that guy with ace king. He would be sitting here with like 8 bigs under the gun. And he'd be like, oh, maybe I gotta jam my ace 7 off. And then you just stack him with 10s. It's an easy game.
What about this one? Just, I think this one is closer, right?
This is good enough in my book. Just barely, it's like the very, yeah. Very nice.
Next.
How
Next.
is, how is this gonna last 60 hands?
It's gonna be
I-
very. It's gonna be two deep stacks heads up.
It's gonna be tragic, yeah.
Yeah.
Someone's
it's
gonna
be-
double through us. Or we just battle that guy down there.
Yeah.
Bink the 9. Wow, life's good.
Are you not jamming here?
Yes. Pure jam.
Uh,
Oh, wow. Okay,
You have the bulls by the horn there. That might even be a 3-bet small ace jack suited.
pre-flop?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
To induce.
Yeah, like he's so wide there.
Hmm.
yeah, button,
In
right?
ICM, you're gonna want a ton of 3-bets. And so you might use a non all-in size, right? Because like that guy,
You're gonna wanna bluff there a ton, right? For sure.
yeah, like that guy has incentive to fold. So
Yeah. I like it. So we just bluff a ton and we're so wide with our bluffs that we get to induce ace jack for value.
yeah, ace jack's gonna be one of our call offs.
Okay,
Maybe we
so
slam it with ace 10.
I would also review your raising strategy on monotone boards. Like this here is not necessary at all.
The
So
guy
one
pots
motion you
it.
wanna keep in mind, when you're in a final table, you wanna keep the pot small, right? You wanna pot control. And if you're raising every draw you have, it's gonna be a little tough, you know? You wanna put pressure a lot on them, but it's. Like here, you're not drawing to the nuts. You could just have the ace of spade and have you drawing very thin here. Like, say he has ace of spade 7. No, or ace of spade 8. You know?
Yeah,
So,
facing a pot bet, we gotta be kinda careful. I don't know, like, I'm between call and fold here. I might just fold against a pot bet. I say
yeah.
they're too imbalanced, I'm out.
Yeah, it could be a good fold, right?
Yeah.
It could be a good call as well. Depending on who you're playing against, but definitely raising here is not great. Especially
Yeah,
with
you
the player
shouldn't
left
be
to
doing
act.
very
Also,
well.
one other thing you can add. When you're in the guy in the sandwich, usually you don't have a much of a raising range. So guy in the sandwich, ICM, final table, there's all these reasons makes it so that you don't wanna raise too much. This is not necessary as well.
Uh, eh. I mean, it's only 4 chips. If the bounty's big, like
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
This
This is
guy
a-
paid us with ace 8. We bet 85% pot, whatever, 90% pot.
Yeah.
Yeah, jam any two there.
So an idea, you can maybe jungle a little bit with, oh yeah, he's already all in
Yeah.
now. Cause there is merit in keeping the short stack alive, because while that guy is alive, you can bully the other two. So you could fold here. You know?
True.
You
But in a
keep him
PKO,
alive.
you want his bounty. Unless it's really small,
Yeah,
like there's a benefit to being the one to win, to knock him out.
yeah.
And then with the two guys remaining, the existence of one another is enough that you can still bully them like fairly well.
I don't know. When this guy's around,
I mean, then you can super bully, I agree. But I want the bounty. I want the pay jump, you know, it can come back to haunt you. You leave the guy around, he doubles once or twice, doubles
easy
through
folder,
you, all of a sudden, you're like, what have I done?
easy folder, right?
Yeah. It's tempting though, dude.
Wait, so is
Oh, we
this,
could have ended it.
I was
No.
gonna say, is this the last hand of the tournament?
Oh my god.
Are you calling here? You crazy?
I'm not calling it, but I think
32.
you would be surprised in this calling range if you were to run this spot.
32, they
To
can't be,
gobble both
how
bounties.
surprised can I be?
And your
You
own.
will be very surprised if you have the opportunity to collect all of the bounties in the tournament and in the tournament in one hand.
Dude, we should run this for sure. Like,
You really
this one's
should.
super cool.
I've had a spot like this before, where I was three-handed and made a big folds. I don't remember the specifics of it, but, it was a bounty and I folded. And I was shocked by what the calling range when you cover both is. Very similar to this.
Do you know what the bounties were, Louis? The values?
Ooh,
I
good
do
question.
Not,
You could just put some arbitrarily large bounties in there.
Oh, we can probably find it in
maybe,
Wiz.
So what's the
Can we find one in
guarantee?
Wiz?
What's the
game,
guarantee?
the game is this here.
Do you know what the guarantee is, though?
From this, can we
Yeah, that TM number, TM 243 yada, yada, yada.
we have the date and time?
Oh, wait, that's the hand. You
Bounty
have,
Hunter Deepstack Turbo $8.
you can look this up. No, you have the tournament hand ID right there. So TM yada, yada, yada. You can look that up on PokerCraft. I'm pretty sure. I'll pull up PokerCraft and just check. So. Hold, I think you actually would have had to have played this tournament to do that is the challenge, actually. So. You would
Oh,
need the tournament ID would be the first thing. To see if it's in. He's in Australia, so it's probably a weird time zone one. Honestly, I would just put large bounties in there. You could even make it like equal bounties where it's like, I don't know, 300, 300, 300 or something.
I found a pretty good one.
A pretty
Well,
good final
alright,
table
Danny.
PKO one.
Danny, are you busy now?
No.
Congratulations.
The one in Wiz does not look very wide.
But is it a PKO three-handed final table sim?
Yeah.
It is.
But in this one, we have the biggest bounty. The bounties are like kind of proportional to the stacks in the one I'm looking at.
Danny, I'm putting the text file.
Hmm.
Here.
Oh, yeah.
I will invite you to grab the screen. And share.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
What, like while I have HRC it? We need to know the bounty values though.
Yes, while you HRC it, we're gonna help you out figuring this thing out. So,
Okay.
Just draw an
Okay.
assumption of standard bounty. So like, make them even. I don't think it really matters too much past that.
whoa, what is this great thing? It says pro. I'm lost.
Yeah, they upgraded the interface.
So
How do I
Danny,
clear it all out?
yeah, first you pick up the file.
Top
and
left, top
copy-
left.
Copy paste the file first, no? Oh, you
Yeah,
can Do that, but yeah,
this works too.
Oh, it's not.
you gotta
wait,
get the
where is it?
file first. It's in the
Yeah, I
chat.
have it. It should be in my. Can I just like drag it in?
No,
I'm not sure about that.
What kind of file is it looking for?
usually if you just copy the content of the file,
You can copy it to a clipboard and then you can paste from the clipboard.
we don't do low hand or something like.
Yeah, load hand is for an HRC file already. So if you just like control CV this.
Yeah.
Now go to Monte Carlo hand.
Yeah.
There we go.
Alright,
Okay.
you
Bingo.
put it in, good. the big blinds are correct. So PKO, you're just gonna have to assume some bounties here.
You know the payout.
Now we need a structure, right? Anyway, you need one to save, right? So we can do it with you and we got time.
It's just three-handed, like, just put them proportional. So like, make first place. You can make it 1200, then you can make second place 1200. And then this guy's gonna be like, I don't know, 800. Yeah, 800 seems reasonable. 830, sure. Okay, so. Let me break out a calculator so we can make these bounties somewhat proportional. So you said 1200 for first, which means first place would be around 2400. And that's usually how much of the prize pool? So
About
12.
50%.
I can figure this out. Daily turbo 10. 447 divided by 2, 3. Okay, so like 20%.
Wait, is this like total bounty or the bounty displayed? Do you know what I mean?
That's what you win.
That's what you win. So the
Yeah.
amount displayed. Wait, so then but this number is
Whoa,
half,
whoa,
so
whoa,
won't you
whoa,
win
whoa.
half of this?
No, 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 no. Okay, so the way I was taught how to do this is you need to, don't mess with instant 50. And you need
Okay.
to make this PKO number
Double.
double.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
if
Okay.
it's 300 on somebody's head, you need to make this number 600.
Okay, I agree with that.
Okay, so just. If you make everyone's bounty about $230, that's gonna be roughly proportional to the prize pool. So like. You can do
Okay.
it this,
So these are
so,
too high.
yeah, those are too high. So actually like it should be like 460. Something like that in that neighborhood.
Oh, the average?
Yeah,
Oh, then maybe they were okay then.
Make that guy
Or
200.
something like this.
that's in the neighborhood of what the total bounties would be if the
260.
field is proportional to this prize pool.
Something around there.
Yeah, so I mean, that's not crazy. Okay,
So
so
do we
the,
wanna toy with them to make, should we like swap ours and someone else's, even though we know it's not probably true, just to see?
I would just make them equal weight. So you can just see how it affects things. Before
Start
like,
off like all the same, you mean?
yeah.
Both of them
that's
300.
Yeah, something like that. I would just do across the board. Yeah, that seems good. This is where I would start. So then you wanna go to next. Cause everything else here seems like reasonable inputs. Oh, actually go back one more. I'm sorry. I wanna make sure you're on the right engine. You see where it says Malmuth Harvell? Just click that real quick. Yeah, this is good. Okay, I just wanna make sure you're on the right one.
Okay. By the
Next,
way, this Monte Carlo says for hands with non-shoving actions. Since ours went, oh, we did open actually. Never mind. Alright.
yeah, what they're saying with that is you wanna look at non-push fold scenarios. The other engines just analyze push fold. You don't have this fancy, pre-flop, post-flop page here. Where you can change all of this. So, I always change these at the final table, just make them 2 or 2-1, because that's usually more realistic. Or you could leave it at whatever
Do
it
we know what he
is.
did in game?
What did he actually do,
Uh,
Louis? Or, yeah, you can actually look up.
It went,
It's in chips is the problem.
315. It's 2-1. Yeah.
button raise 2.1. Big blind. You want me to give it in chips?
Yeah, no, he's got it. He's got it. You don't really have to mess with these other nodes too terribly much. They are gonna affect some of the abstraction nodes, so they probably should be pretty close to what they actually would be doing.
Um,
So 3, 3, opens. You also wanna give them the opportunity to jam also, otherwise. So like what I do is, next to open, you wanna put like a comma and put, AI for all in. It's not gonna be like a really popular node because you are a little bit deeper, but if you don't give it the option to do that,
I think doesn't
that's
it
for all of
always
them.
have the option?
No, it doesn't. You have to define it. That's what you're doing here. So like
Cause
button,
alright.
you need to do that for all of them.
Putting it on general's not enough.
That's when it says general, that means you're talking about like, hijack versus cutoff is just a general arrangement. It's not gonna replace it for big blind and small blind and
I don't know, maybe in the old one, I don't know if you still have to do this because I ran one without this and it still gave everybody a jam option.
No, I think if you disable the all-in percentage per SPR, I think it'll include it.
oh, that's the
Pretty
other,
sure.
well, if you scroll down, Danny, it's probably, you see this setting, you say where it says,
All-in threshold, if you
all-
make it 100%,
yeah.
it'll go to zero, like, it'll be off.
Well, I didn't
Yeah,
mess with it though.
well, yeah, it's gonna be standard this. So there's certain arrangements where you have this other all-in trigger that's affecting things. According to the SPR. But, scroll back up, just make sure everything else looks good. Three bets, you wanna give them the opportunity to jam also, right? So,
Yeah, okay. Alright. I'm gonna experiment later, removing this option and seeing if it still lets him do it.
well, if you do, make sure you remove the bottom, disable the threshold options too.
Yeah, I like to disable them if I'm like really thinking about fishy spots where people are just doing all kinds of just nonsensical stuff. Cause then they have more options. Like you get at, like some people jam, like, 800% fucking pot shit, like. On the flop, they'll have like a nut
Yeah.
flush draw and just say, alright, I'm going with it and, multi-way or whatever, and they just rip piles.
So. This is gonna blow your tree up if you start messing with this stuff, but you're gonna have a more accurate sim. So like right now, you only have one geometric size, which means all of your abstraction nodes are only gonna be able to bet 60% pot. Geometrically, or 66% geometrically.
Okay,
So like, if you add options here, it's gonna make the sim way more accurate, but it's also gonna blow up the size of the sim. So, I mean, for what we're doing, just kind of as like a test here, you can probably just leave it as is.
So the sim is super small now. It probably will only make it like 2 or 3 gigs.
So like, if you wanted to add complexity, you see where it says geo size 66 heads up, put a comma and add 33 behind it. So now you have a large bet size that the machine knows about, and now you have a small bet size the machine knows about. You can also. You can mess with the donks and things like this. It was explained to me that flop sizings. You typically wanna leave these. You could put settings in here, but what you're doing is you're forcing the machine to bet these sizes in specific nodes. So sometimes you may have a spot that like would never bet 33%, but you're forcing it to bet 30%. You
Yeah,
understand what?
I leave
Mhm.
those blank after our discussion and then the discussion of the ACR, I just use the geo sizes. Cause what I learned is that's all machines are ever doing anyway.
Yeah, well, it is. And the guy, I've talked with the guys who run HRC, at length about some of this. And they all leave the flop sizings typically blank. They put these inputs in there when you wanna start analyzing specific things, like, when we're talking about like one big blind sizings and how they kind of fit into nodes. That's when you would start like, adding stuff like that. You can't do that. It's gonna blow your tree up.
But it's already so small, it's not gonna be too
Well,
terribly
maybe,
big.
yeah, maybe you're right.
Multi-way is only 3-way. I don't know.
Well, that'll add, if you add another one here, like I go up to 6-way. I don't know how many
Yeah,
people
double.
you have on this flop.
Let's just remove it. It's fine. We're not even getting post flop.
Well,
So
and then the
I
other
feel
thing,
okay
like if you
enough.
wanna start
Changes.
adding complexity, you see where it says flop turn river, bottom right on abstractions. This is how many different node possibilities you're actually running simulations for. So the more complex you want your sim, the more accurate, the larger these numbers need to be. But as you grow these, numbers, they are going to blow your sim up exponentially.
They also, if you read it, they also have a point of
Can we run it?
diminishing returns. So if you make them too high, it actually starts fucking shit up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, highlight over to tell you there's a box. Larger abstractions also require larger sample size to converge. The solution quality of a large abstraction may initially be worse. So you have to run, yeah, I guess you just have to run it way, way down. to make
Yeah,
it work
so
right.
the diminishing returns is on the actual convergence. So if you're gonna have high abstractions, you have to run it to high accuracy to
Yeah.
get the value out of it. But yeah, I mean, this is good. This is a good starting point.
I clicked it, nothing happened. Oh, there it goes.
So now it runs an initial iteration to set up your simulation, build the structure. And then after this, you can hit the play button in the top left. And that play button,
Do I have to wait?
yeah, you gotta
I
wait
do
for it
now.
to finish.
You can do it now.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess you can wait. I always just, or you can click it now. I don't know. I always wait.
I'll just not start it till, I don't know. It's gonna be 5 seconds. It's fine, I'll wait.
Oh, this is small. It's three-handed.
What is
That's
this
why
doing?
it's so
Just like a
small.
very rough version? Convergence? I mean, it's convergent at like
Iterations or
75.
convergence intervals, I think is what that stands for. But yeah, it's just running simulations essentially. It's running these Nash calculations in the background. So 10 is the recommended starting point. I think that's what most of them run things down to. You do wanna do the full tree because we're not looking at a specific spot necessarily. I mean, I guess you could run a sub tree because we are kinda looking at the jam, but just run the whole tree down to 10. It's not gonna take very long.
And then what about these? Like, Nokria was saying he uses one of these on the initial stage too?
No,
Yeah, well, he does his differently. To be honest, the information about reset strategies and reset regret is kind of, you kinda need to do some digging on it. So reset strategies, my understanding is like you just, yeah, I don't know. I don't ever use reset
so
strategy.
what I use
Yeah,
reset
this is
strategy
like
for
after
is,
you've changed some, like after node locking, it says.
so
Okay.
Danny, reset strategy, you run this, you set this at 10. And you can kind of tell if the sim converged or not. If there's a lot of noise, you can stop it between 20 and 25 and then run it again. Like you can run from the subtree at that point. And it'll
Yeah,
save what you did and clean the noise up. And if you node lock, you got to use reset regret, and it kind of runs everything over again. And it takes a bit longer, but that also automatically reset strategies. So that's kind of how I use those.
yeah, the reset strategies. So when you, like Kim was saying, once you run a sim and and you run it down to a certain point and it has like some noise, like you see some weird combos in there. If you
Yeah,
run it again with reset strategies clicked, it'll clean up the framework. So like a lot of that noise like he's describing around the edges, it'll kind of start filtering all that stuff out.
yeah. So when I see stuff that's like, this is like a slightly losing call, but it's still doing it 20% of the time, would reset strategies kind of remove that?
Yeah. It'll filter
Kind of
some of that
code?
kind of, it'll filter some of that kind of stuff
Yeah.
out.
Or sometimes you'll see like a combo that's like 3 pips out of everything else at 1%. It's like, and you'll see a bunch of those stuff, often in the blinds, but you can get a sense when it's running down. If you check it, when it gets down around that 20, 25, you can, if you see a lot of that crap in there, it's good to reset it and it'll end up running faster and clean that shit up.
And in the top right, you see the color coded grids. Yeah, the third one from the far right is the one I always click, the bars. That looks like a Neapolitan sandwich of sorts.
This one?
Yeah, that's the one I always use. It doesn't really matter
Oh,
though,
yeah.
because you're just looking at the RFI range.
Don't forget to jam your king ten suited.
Yeah, competitive. Right?
Alright, should we look at other stuff while it runs?
You can, yeah.
We still have more hands, right? Cause he folded.
Yeah. It would have been over here and there. Ace deuce, and we're heads up now.
Ace deuce.
Should we not blast this river?
You can probably use large sizing. I guess what was the action on the previous streets?
Check, check. It went bet small, and then bet very small. And then check.
Yeah, I don't know how many, I don't know how many kings is gonna be in that range, which makes the 10 pretty good to be bluff caught. So maybe you could bet 6 or something. Yeah, he's probably bluff catching with a 4 here.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Could do some
I
down.
value bet that river, right?
I would,
Yeah.
yeah, I would think so.
Definitely or not.
I'm just gonna let this go if you're getting raised into 9-3 off is probably like one of the best folds that you're making.
Yeah, I'm
Hold up.
also not defending.
This is a pretty deep heads up
It's
match.
trash.
Yeah,
No shame in putting your trash in the trash can where it belongs.
I don't think this is
Don't
ever.
have
a
to
check.
defend.
Exactly.
You
Yeah,
gotta
heads up, you never
check.
check this. This is way too good,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
right? I mean, maybe not never, but it's gotta be like a super low frequency thing.
Yeah,
I'm
you don't
okay with
flop.
saying never. Yeah, I'm okay with saying never in that spot. It's a really strong hand. I mean, you got top pair heads up.
And then just bluff catching here, or why?
Yeah, you could probably raise this, to be honest.
Yeah,
Uh, interesting. Yeah. Yeah, probably. It's kinda thin.
I mean. The problem is you're blocking his continue. I mean, I guess you are. I don't know. Not a big fan. I don't think I'm a huge fan of this. Maybe it's not bad though.
I don't like raising without a club.
Yeah, I'm not like a huge fan of it either, to be honest.
So yeah, I gotta fold.
Bingo. He over bets with the nuts, like everybody does.
Did we check that flop back with a gutter?
Yeah,
Gotta bet our gutter.
I just fold this, I don't care.
I think I messed something up.
Why?
I click the raise node, and then it has the small blind three betting to 3.2 big blinds. Just min clicking.
Yeah, you probably, yeah, that's gonna screw the whole tree up.
Alright, let me cancel and look at this. What did I do? How do I look at it? Do a new calculation and it's all, alright, it's already
Yeah,
there.
yeah. All your inputs should be there. Just look at the pre-flop settings and then you can actually like there's a tab at the top. You see where it says preview? You can test these things beforehand. So you see what you did here? 3-bet in position. You made it 2.5, which looks good. 3 big blinds,
Oh,
big
this should be
blind.
3x.
Yeah. You put 3 big blinds and big blind versus other as well.
You
Yeah,
know what's cool, Danny, and I haven't done it and I should, is you can actually write different scripts. And then just upload whichever way, whatever, however you want to run it. You could have a few different scripts that you use, like setups that you use a lot, and just click them right in instead of doing it manually every time. I never figured out how to do it.
Cool.
I never tried, but I know they would be good.
Yeah, I could play around with that.
There's some sample scripts that are easy to just edit to how you want them. I might have some. If not, there's definitely some on HRC on the Discord.
Okay. Alright. Back to you. I'll rerun Louis.
When you manually edit, you end up, you make a lot of typos over there. It just happens. It's easy. There's so much
Yeah.
stuff to add and move and change and.
We're pretty deep here. I wouldn't really be limping personally. The queen deuce last hand. We limp called, right?
I think he's defending too much junk.
It's heads up. The jack is good enough, I think.
Yeah,
Gotta
Jack.
bluff it at some point.
But-
Check. I
Yeah.
think I would have bluffed river at least.
This could be a 3-bet pre for sure. Yeah, I wouldn't be check raising it. It's too good. I don't know.
Right, I agree.
And it's top and bottom's a good trap too, right?
Yeah.
We're blessed with aces. Why are we limping, man? Alright, you wanna play in position, you wanna play bigger pots. Limping the button, to me, like. If you're like 20 bigs and you wanna see a flop with queen 5 and you don't wanna get 3-bet jammed on, that's one thing. But. Why are we not just raising, like, as a general strategy here?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
You
not a
should
fan
be.
of the limping.
100%.
No, I agree 100% with you, Danny. Like, when you're over 30 big blinds heads up like this, you should just be relentlessly raising. Like the limp strategy, I think starts having a lot more, playing a limp raise strategy has a lot more values, like 20 big blinds or less.
Yeah, and I think this is a thing, but like, maybe against good opponents, you wanna be doing this more. I don't know. I'm not gonna do it.
Do we need to defend a 10-3 off?
Probably not. I think like. Working hands like this maybe into like a bluff would probably be better than just calling. I think mainly just folding this trash is probably what you wanna be doing.
Yeah, we gotta be polar, right?
Yeah, you wanna be very
Let me look
polar, I
at
think.
Heads up
Now I'm
range.
calling here. So what happens? Check, bet.
See, now you got like the 10 of spades is so valuable on this flop. Like I would have to see a turn card.
Yeah, you gotta float one, right?
Yeah,
Hit the
yeah.
10.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Like I'm seeing a river now. He should have a lot of bluffs with Jack X and,
Turn goes
Yeah, 10-3.
check. Do you block bet the river small? Or no?
it depends on the river, I guess. If it's like a low card, like if it's a deuce or 3 or that, yeah, I'm probably betting this.
Not even small, like, you can bet 4 chips here, I think.
I like
Yep,
that.
I would agree. I would agree, Danny. You could probably even go a little bit larger.
Yeah,
Cause he's gonna have 9x a lot and he does have 9x.
and he doesn't have much queen, right?
Yep, exactly. There's not
Only
a
a
ton
better
of queen.
10 that you're worried about.
Mm-hmm.
Or something that made two pair on the river.
Yeah, maybe
somehow.
you can go greedy and go for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
10-3 mainly folds pre. And there is a lot of limping even at 30, but aces never do it.
You check here.
I don't know. Is this a limp check pot? What, like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
I'm
This
just gonna
hand, it
bet.
does do some limping. Yeah, go ahead.
I would just bet one big blind here. For better or worse.
I like one.
Now I'm,
Gotta call.
yeah, well, yeah, definitely calling. I
One
was
on
thinking
the
about
flop is
raising,
nice,
but. Go ahead, Danny.
Cause we have queen high. We don't have any backdoor flush potential. We can like run some straights out, but it's really nice if he just folds to one, you know?
Yeah,
He has such a wide range after limp check.
that's where I'm at.
Yeah. And then you don't have to face a turn bet, like, it's always better to be the one putting some chips in, right?
So
If
this
we
guy
get
checked
raised, it's a
river,
very
we-
easy fold. He was getting trappy, huh? He was getting
we
trappy.
scared, one or the other.
No, he's got a boat.
Oh, he's got a boat, yeah. Not scared. Would've got me bluffing queen high probably.
This is maybe a good spot to raise. I like that upper dangler to the pair card. That's pretty good.
This limping. This hurts me. It hurts me to see sevens be limped.
Hurts the eyes.
Burns a little bit, huh?
No wonder we got so many hands here at the end. We're playing a limp heads up strategy.
No, what is this? Bet, raise. Is this?
I don't hate this as much. There's like, he's got 4x that's gotta continue hearts. 7, 8
It's
stuff.
kinda
Do
big
you-
though.
If you play for
We
the
go that
20
big?
bigs, do you think you're good?
Probably not as frequently as you would like to be. I don't wanna play for all my chips here.
I wanna raise smaller if I'm raising.
On the opening, Olivia Boucher, who's like best heads up, one of the best heads up players in the world, he seems to just on the button min raise his entire range, not just his playable, and just folds nothing, min raises everything. And so his actions all are only flop based or when they re-raise him.
Okay,
So it's a thing.
Even really deep, though?
Uh, I don't know how deep he started. What, but that was what he was, that's what he was doing. He had, there's a Jonathan Little
Mm,
interview with
Cause-
him, you know.
Cause
to,
we've
you
been
know,
watching
relative-
this and they've been like, they started, I think 50 effective and they've just been like limping it through.
Yeah,
2-4. Wow, that hurts.
yeah,
he flopped it. Didn't even need the.
Damn.
This is the risk of limping everything. I've been burnt like this too.
And he was gonna call his 2-4
Well, in
was a
this one,
suited.
we just check behind, which is normal, right? Oh no, we
Mm.
called an open.
I think I prefer a call here. Because it's too dynamic, right? Our pair of six is almost always never gonna be good, right? It's not like a pair of 9 or a pair of 8 that is probably gonna be good if we play it aggressively, right?
And
Right.
this guy's been
Yeah.
really passive, right? He's been very straightforward.
My problem is it's just heads up poker, so you're playing with like 100% of ranges, which makes top pair just like. Very hard to beat, especially in a, scenario like this. I don't know.
Here's, my approach would be this player, when they've checked a lot with nothing and they've bet a lot with good stuff, right? We're just gonna naturally beat them if we bluff a little here and there and like whatever, play a position. Like we have a chip lead. They're not very tough. I don't see the need to blow up a pot here. I'm kind of team Louis, like play call, see what happens on the turn. If they start blasting on the turn, then it's like maybe you don't fold yet, but you can get away by the river, cuz they
Yeah.
haven't been going crazy. I don't know.
I don't hate that. I really don't hate that. Like. They have been pretty ABC. It's not like you've been putting a bunch of hard, difficult spots yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen either of them raise a draw yet. They're just always raising value when they raise as well. It's like. So,
And he could change gears, but I want him to prove it.
Yeah, it's a good adaptation, like. You're reading the situation for what it is and you're making like on the fly adjustments that are good adjustments.
You can also play raise small, and then if you get resistance, kind of let it go.
now he's got a chip lead and he's opened his size to 3.5 instead of 2.5. Or he's just got a really strong hand.
I would jam here.
Get him off a chop.
No, you're winning. He doesn't have an ace that often.
Probably open bigger for protection. Two point one. 3.5. He sized up again. What is it?
Yeah, again, like, just
Not a
don't limp
king.
ace six off. Ace six off wants to win the pre-flop. Like, we don't wanna limp and have to face a raise and then, ugh.
Yeah, it's got poor equity realization, but relatively strong equity.
Well,
So it's,
you can't push 30 here,
Well
so
said. Right,
you're gonna have a very hard
Unless-
time winning the pot by the river as opposed to just taking it down pre-flop.
no, you can't push 30. You could with ace eight. You
Oh, it's
could with
bluff.
ace deuce.
Both they got to bluff that combo, honestly. Let's try to show it down. Every time he has a really strong hand, he bets really big and lets this guy just play perfectly.
it's funny, right? When he misses, he's betting small. When he has it, he's betting big. That's a crazy float, is this not? Is this good heads up poker?
You got an over. 3 to a straight, 3 to a flush and an overcard. I think this is probably pretty good.
I mean, I
May
think
play,
we want the king of clubs here, not the four of clubs.
Yeah, exactly. Four clubs.
Yeah, we're a little shallow for that. Uh,
could look it up. I don't know. I'm probably, that's probably enough for me to wanna continue, I think. But maybe I'm wide.
Want ace high or a gutter with your king. Or the king of clubs, yeah. I could look at it if you go back.
Bet. What? You wanna see the king four?
It's 22.
It's a big bet. Nothing you can do.
No, I wanna see flop.
Even on the flop, even like if I had, maybe if I had king eight with the eight of clubs, maybe more, at least I have him over to the seven at least, but
Let's see if I can just copy paste it.
this exact combo, I definitely want the king of clubs.
So question, is it gonna give me 8 max scenario when I paste this or? is
Don't
it-
they have heads up in GTO Wizard?
They do, but not post flop.
Hmm.
Alright, if the guy bets one, like he should. Then you can call king four with the four of clubs. When the guy bets two, which is not a size, then you just fold it.
In the machine that wants to fold.
So it's close, right? It's near the line we're not too far off.
Does it call with the king of clubs though?
Definitely.
Or is that still too wide?
Against two, it's actually still mainly folding,
Yeah, king of
but
clubs,
it's close.
profanity.
It gets in there a tiny bit. You have king four, it's like I said, you're short, right? And then the guy bets two. It's gonna be hard to realize. The pot is blowing up. The SPR is getting small.
So, and also in this scenario, we're in position, right?
No,
Yeah, he's got us in the big blind. It's small blind versus big blind.
no, this is correct. We're the big blind. It's
But
heads
the
up.
button's in
So
position,
it's,
post flop heads up, right?
yeah, but this is a heads up solve, so it's gonna be fine. It's the same.
What LP was showing wasn't heads up.
Yes, it is.
Heads up, see top left, it says heads up.
Oh, okay.
So
Sorry.
there is post flop.
It's all good.
Yeah, I thought you said it didn't have post flop, so I didn't think it was heads up.
Yeah, same.
Nice.
We need to call this river.
It's such a big bet.
What was the, did it check through till now or what? Or someone bet one on one street?
Bet one call,
He bet one on the turn.
then polar.
Ooh, see, okay, see, this is where, oh man.
This is
Like
where.
the guy hasn't bluffed yet, but I wanna see here, like, this is the spot. For me, if I catch here and he's not bluffing, I'm never catching this guy again. But I wouldn't hate catching here.
So you're gonna pay him this one time.
This could be the one time for him to get his money. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm not, oh my,
He just thought he had the best
just
hand
has
and
it.
overbet,
He
and
just has
overbet pot.
well played though. The sizing on the river was, he got max there.
I like this spot. Check on the turn, then he just goes for it because he beats nothing. It gets king eye to fold. Better jacks to fold. Pretty good.
Do you have to go so large though? Maybe you can go a little smaller, cuz like if you
Oh, you have
do
to
run
pull
into an ace, he's never gonna fold and you're losing a lot of chips. If you're targeting king high, you don't have to go that big, right?
You don't want him to start to hero with a 9 here. If you go too small. Alright,
Okay,
so I think this here, he never calls with a 9. Think he folds most queens, maybe?
can you run this one?
Pocket 7 is never in the picture here. With king eye, easy fold, better jacks, easy fold. So I think this gets the point across a lot.
Can you run it?
80-some percent pot's probably reasonable, because we have enough, strong hands there to bet that size, I think.
Curious about turn two.
We have a relevant blocker. Hates it.
Oh wait, turn, oh, we just check called flop. Okay, so turn is check, check, and then
It just checks. It's checking back forever.
Does not like the
give
bluff.
on up.
The machine says
I
no.
mean, bluffing is still winning.
Yeah, the idea is that in blind versus blind, like it's not just ace high that has showdown, it's king high that has showdown, and because there's an ace and a queen on the board, king high and jack high have showdown here.
Oh, look at Jack 3. You know,
It's your second nut high card. and
there's
you
a
beat
sliver here as well. you know?
10 high and you beat 6 high. And
Yeah, you can see it mostly checking the kings and the jacks here.
We missed. It was 10-3 and 10 deuce.
But wait, what's going on here? We're not betting the nut straight?
Jack 10.
check it on out. Check jam it, baby. Yeah, the ace river, you do some funky things, huh?
So are we not bluffing jacks because we're not value betting the straights? Is that why the jacks are like pretty much not bluffing here.
No, jacks have showdown. Jacks and kings want to show down.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, Pete
Kings I can
explained
see
it.
showing down. Jacks should have some bluffs, I think. Value betting a 9.
It's ambitious though. You need him to give up on his 10 high as well, right? In order for your jack to get to showdown, but it still just has enough to not wanna bluff.
Danny, what does this solution says?
Oh, I forgot to click play for a few minutes, so it has like 2 minutes left and then
Nice.
we can dive in.
Yeah, because you're blind versus blind, you get to that river with lots of stuff that's worse than jack high, and that stuff wants to bluff first. If you're bluffing jack high there, you're over bluff.
So I think maybe when the top card pairs here, there's an equity shift. Maybe you have some leads there. Not sure.
No.
I should, some monotone flop. I guess I still would probably see bet that flop.
But the heart, I think we got a bet, right? Gut shot and the heart, we should see bet a lot. Well, no, it's okay, yeah, no, we're the big blind. Can't really bet. On the three pairs though,
Oh,
we
this
can
is
do something
annoying.
about it, right?
Limp
I
pot,
think
his
we should
range
have
is
bet
just as
bigger
wide
on
as
the turn.
ours.
If we like. God. Yeah, can't we just like bet huge on the turn?
He
I
just
think
hit
it's
him
on
with
the
a flush.
river, where we should be betting. On the
Hold
three,
on, did turn go check, check?
yeah,
No, we bet
Or the
half
flop, did
pot.
the flop go check, check?
flop,
Flop,
check,
We
check.
bet
Yeah.
turn half pot.
Oh yeah,
Flop,
so you
check,
bet
check.
turn. I like the turn bet.
You like a turn bet there?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cause you gotta keep good barrel on river though. Like he's still gotta target those
Can
ace
you run
highs
that
that's
one?
gonna float.
I wanna
I think
run
he's
that
gotta
one too.
bluff that river.
Some of these are fun to look at. We're short, so I don't know how big we get to go, but my thinking would be that we should be able to bomb the turn.
Look at the river. Okay, never bet turn.
No,
Really?
it never bets that
Oh no, it bets
size.
30%.
Yeah, it
Yeah, it
bets
wants to
another
bomb it.
size. And then the river is the spot to bet.
Yeah, you gotta keep barreling if you bet turn.
Well, in my
Yeah.
mind, even if you check turn. You got a blast river.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Well, see, then I think he's got a lot more threes. When we bet the turn, we remove a lot of threes from his range, but I think he still has a ton of them.
We
that
don't
go
care.
Check, check.
We don't care.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a flush. We don't care about a 3. Do we just go like massive? Yeah, 13 chips, 300% pot.
Queen 8 we had, right? Is it the
Yeah.
8 of hearts as well as the 8 of, it's, yes.
Mainly
Likes
the
the
8
8
of
of hearts.
hearts, yeah. And it's going 13, it's going 6.5 a little, which is
So it goes
still
check on the
overbought.
turn, the three pairs, you blast. It makes sense. Right? Because we're the big blind.
Cause we can still check a flush twice, trying to check raise the turn. And then he checks back again, it's like, alright, bro. I checked my
Oh.
flush twice, you didn't take the bait, I'm just putting it in your face here.
LP, I don't think it has anything to do with the 3. Let's see how many threes that, villain has on that river. And it goes check, check, turn.
Surely has everything to do with the tree can.
No, what do you mean? It has nothing to do with the 3.
Yeah, we don't have no
Three
advantage there in this Senate setup.
Okay, you guys think it's not the tree? What?
No, leave it.
Make it a 4, make it a 4 of clubs,
Alright,
it's gonna be the same shit.
no, very different. No more
Okay,
300%.
it's, you're right, it's different. Everything has shifted down a size.
Yeah,
Make it a 3 of club again. I'm gonna see something.
Interesting, okay.
the three pairing that makes us go crazy from the big blind. It's nothing new here. Low
Are
card
Oh yeah,
range.
we do have all those threes.
are we checking, are we checking 4% more now?
Mm,
Yeah,
3% more.
Yeah, we check less now cuz there's some 4x that wakes up with a block bet. And all the 3 block is still also block betting. So there's more stuff that can put money in.
Yeah.
But
Should have the heat
less
map.
large size. Very cool.
huge heads up match, right?
That's annoying.
Ooh, that river.
That's not annoying. Got the nuts, gotta fucking slam it in there. Guy has no ace or he would have never checked turn.
How many times are we gonna get queen eight on a board?
Jam. Whoa,
No heart. What are you gonna do?
pure jam,
Yeah, I
pure
think I
jam.
need a heart there, really.
You need a heart.
Run it, run it, run it.
Quit playing games with my heart. We play
I can probably go,
my
alright.
heart,
Raise.
my.
There's no, it's gonna be weird cuz there's no raising at 11. It's like limper jam.
It's calling, but then it doesn't know.
Yeah, cuz, yeah, it doesn't have post. Alright. We'll never know. Think a gutter and an over at that SPR, you put it in. Guy's just gonna be having so many auto folds too, heads up.
Pocket deuce,
I'm like very confident it's a jam,
never lose.
the queen eight. Alright, cooler, GG.
Yeah,
Oh wait, what? Oh, oh, we got rescued.
Fine.
Oh my gosh. I didn't even look at the run out after I saw the top two. What a run out, dude.
Good
What a
call, I think
scam.
here.
Yeah. Oh my god, we're really gonna win after that ace nine. This guy is so annoyed.
8-4, is that good enough to win?
I'm folding.
Yeah, it's good enough to win. Let's win. There you go. Gutter City.
He was,
Oh, we were crushed too.
yeah. There you go.
You
So
can't
good job,
fold, man.
Michael. That's how you win. The deep stack turbo, and there was a bunch of players doing that one.
Well played. I liked everything except for the heads up limping.
Yeah. One thing you need to work on, I think you defend too much junk from the big line. You check raise all in from stack where you should be check raising small. But it's pretty good, no? For a new kind of player. Well, it's the first time he sends a hand history, so I think it's pretty good, right? Very decent, not too many mistakes. I think you call too much as well. Probably with low equity hands on the flop.
Maybe
Your
defending a
raising
little
range
wide.
needs some tuning, but it's better if you over check raise than if you don't do it often enough. So pretty good there, yeah. So overall, pretty solid, I'd say. Alright, thanks a
Yep.
lot for watching, everybody.